Alex Carter, the brilliant scientist and womanizer. Dr. Alex Carter was a man who had it all. His intelligence was unmatched. He was known for his groundbreaking research in biotechnology. His charm with women was legendary. Colleagues admired him and women adored him. His tall, lean frame and confident demeanor made him irresistible. He moved through life with an air of invincibility. Alex's achievements in the scientific community were numerous. He had won awards, given keynote speeches, and published influential papers. His latest project was the most ambitious yet. He aimed to conquer aging itself. The de-aging chamber was his brainchild. It was a marvel of modern science, promising the impossible. In his personal life, Alex was equally successful. His relationships were fleeting but intense. He was never short of admirers. His lab assistants, many of whom were beautiful and intelligent, often found themselves smitten. Alex enjoyed the attention but remained focused on his work. Despite his success, Alex felt something was missing. The desire to make a lasting impact drove him. The de-aging chamber was his chance to change the world. Little did he know it would change his life in ways he could never imagine. Section 2. The de-aging chamber, a leap into the unknown. The de-aging chamber was a technological marvel. It combined advanced genetics, quantum physics, and nanotechnology. Alex and his team worked tirelessly to perfect it. The goal was to reverse the aging process safely. The chamber was sleek and futuristic, a testament to human ingenuity. As the project neared completion, excitement filled the lab. The team believed they were on the brink of a breakthrough. Alex decided to be the first test subject. He trusted his creation implicitly. His confidence was infectious, and his team supported his decision. They prepared the chamber meticulously. The day of the test arrived. Alex entered the chamber with high hopes. His colleagues watched with bated breath. The machine hummed to life, enveloping Alex in a soft glow. For a moment, everything seemed perfect. The readings were stable and the process was smooth. But then something went wrong. Alarms blared, and the chamber's glow intensified. Panic spread through the lab. The team tried to shut down the machine, but it was too late. The chamber's door opened, revealing a shocking sight. Alex was no longer a man. He was now a helpless 2-year-old baby. Section 3. The malfunction, a baby forever. The sight of Dr. Alex Carter as a baby stunned everyone. He was naked and vulnerable. His once confident eyes now looked bewildered. The malfunction had not just de-aged him, it had trapped him in a toddler's body. His team scrambled to understand what had happened. The lab was in chaos. Alex's transformation was irreversible. The de-aging chamber had malfunctioned in an unprecedented way. Instead of reversing his age gradually, it had regressed him to infancy in an instant. His colleagues were horrified. They had never anticipated such an outcome. Alex's mind, however, remained intact. He was fully aware of his surroundings. The realization of his predicament hit him hard. He was a brilliant scientist now trapped in a baby's body. His helplessness was overwhelming. The once proud and confident man was now at the mercy of others. The team had no choice but to care for him. They took turns tending to his needs. It was a bizarre and tragic situation. Alex's colleagues, who once admired and respected him, now saw him as a dependent child. The dynamic in the lab changed dramatically. The responsibility of caring for Alex fell mostly on his female co-workers. They were beautiful, intelligent women who had once been captivated by his charm. Now they saw him in a completely different light. They took turns looking after him, a task that was both tender and teasing. The women found humor in the situation.
"Who's a cute little baby?"
they would say, smiling at his small, helpless form. Alex, aware of their words, felt a mix of embarrassment and frustration. He could do nothing but accept their care. The co-workers treated him with a mixture of affection and amusement. They dressed him, fed him, and changed his diapers. They spoke to him in baby talk, further emphasizing his helpless state. Alex's pride was shattered. He was at the mercy of those who once looked up to him. Despite their teasing, the women genuinely cared for him. They understood the tragedy of his situation. They tried to make his life as comfortable as possible. Their care was a strange blend of maternal instinct and scientific curiosity. Alex's presence became a constant reminder of the experiment's failure. Alex spent his days confined to a playpen in the lab. His world had shrunk to a small, padded space. The once bustling lab now felt like a prison. He watched his colleagues work, fully aware of the research continuing around him. His mind was active, but his body was that of a toddler. The playpen was filled with toys and soft blankets. Alex would often play with the toys, a way to pass the time. His colleagues would occasionally join him, trying to engage him. Despite their efforts, Alex felt isolated. His brilliant mind had no outlet in this infantile body.
Hey, buddy, look at this toy. Isn't it fun?
When adult men visited the lab, Alex became shy and withdrawn. He would hide behind his toys, avoiding eye contact. The presence of other men reminded him of his lost masculinity. He felt vulnerable and exposed. His confidence had been replaced by a deep sense of insecurity. Alex's preference for diapers over the potty further emphasized his regression. He had no control over his bodily functions. The act of changing his diaper was a humiliating reminder of his helpless state. His colleagues treated it as a routine task, but for Alex it was a constant source of shame. The passage of time added to Alex's torment. Decades went by, but his body barely aged. He remained a toddler, trapped in the same small form. His mind, however, grew older and more aware. The irony of his situation was not lost on him. He had sought to conquer aging only to become a prisoner of time. Alex's emotional journey was complex. He experienced moments of deep despair and frustration. His once brilliant mind was now confined to solving infantile puzzles. He longed for intellectual stimulation, but his body could not keep up. The contrast between his mental and physical state was stark.
Alex, look at this new puzzle. Can you solve it?
Despite his predicament, Alex found small moments of joy. The affection from his co-workers, the simple pleasure of a toy, or the warmth of a blanket brought him comfort. These moments were fleeting, but they were a respite from his constant awareness of his helplessness. The irony of his situation was profound. Alex had dedicated his life to pushing the boundaries of science. He had sought to defy aging, only to be trapped in eternal infancy. The passage of time, once a measure of his achievements, had become a cruel reminder of his failure.